Hello, this is Sam Limo, your Texas Realtor. Today we have Dave and Jennifer to spotlight their business through our platform, your Business Spotlight platform. We're here to hear their stories and their journey in business. And guess what? Krista is going to get us started on our first question.
Awesome. Well, hey, everybody. Crystal with Dallas & Company. Just want to say thank you to the two of you for being here today. We are very excited to share your message about both of your businesses and your collaboration with the community. So we're going to get started with our first question.
Okay.
And this is going to be for the both of you. So, Dave, what inspired you to start your next perfect step life coaching? And Jennifer, with Sapphire Bodywork. Also, what was the vision behind creating the Discover Your Voice public speaking class?
Okay, so I'll start. I was most interested in starting your next perfect step when I took the Strengths Finder, as it was called then. Now it's Clifton Strengths. They changed the name of it a few years back. But when I took that, I was blown away with not only how accurately it had depicted me, but also the positive language that it used. Things that I thought were negative parts of my life were actually strengths that I didn't realize until I did that assessment. So I thought, I want to use that tool as the basis of my business. I felt like God was calling me into that business to help people through the Clifton Strengths. I've picked up other tools as well, and that's kind of what got me really excited about starting my business. The Perfect actually talks about the different aspects of your life. So your physical, eternal, your spiritual, recreational, financial, educational, career, and those close, your family and friends. So that's what the perfect life involves. So.
Always love an acronym. Sapphire Bodywork is my business. It's a massage business. I became a massage therapist about 5.5 years ago. Was looking for something different to do, and I love massage. When I started Sapphire Bodywork, I had worked for a couple of different spas, and I wanted to do things my way. So I wanted to offer the services that I wanted to offer in a way that was truly beneficial to the clients. I don't rush people. I have enough time in between clients for people to get off the table, get dressed, kind of balance out before they have to run out the door. So that was one of the issues I had working in different spas, that just kind of turn clients over very quickly. And it allows me to connect with my clients, I think, more deeply. And again, I get to do things on my terms.
Awesome.
That is very encouraging and that's very motivating. So I know you also have the collaboration.
Yeah, so I first met Jennifer. I think we first met when we were in a Toastmasters club together. And one of the things we discovered was both of us had won different speech contests. We both developed, as we developed our friendship, we were both public speakers in the speakers bureau that Toastmasters has, that this district has. So we've gone out to different speaking venues and got to do that. And as we've done that, we've got to kind of know each other. And we thought, you know what, this would be fun to do together. We actually presented at a Toastmasters summit, which was an educational summit. So we got to put together a presentation on the subconscious part of our brain and the conscious part of the brain and how they work together to form habits. And we got such great feedback from that. We thought, you know what, let's do this from a public speaking platform so we can get people to kind of share their message. And I think that was something that you thought was important, right?
Yes, in the name, Discover Your Voice, that is something that is extremely important to me. I have done coaching as well. We've collaborated on a few different things, and teaching people how to discover their voice and share their message is something I'm incredibly passionate about. There's a lot of people, like probably me for a while, that was afraid to tell their story. And I just want to encourage people to not be nervous. Public speaking is just speaking. And to learn how to do that in larger environments can be scary with more people. And so we have created this class to make it more attainable for people, so they're not so afraid, and they can come and they have some one-on-one feedback from us. We have differing perspectives on how to approach things and how to present things, and it works really well for a wide variety of people.
Well, that's really great. And thank you for sharing that with us. I mean, just hearing from the both of you of how passionate you are about what you're doing and the reason behind what you're doing, I think is amazing. And so Sam is going to go ahead and continue on the interview with the next 3 awesome questions.
And you know what? This is very exciting for me when you mention about public speaking. For me, naturally, I'm a stomach. But I've been able to overcome it because my dad took upon himself to make me speak loud. And the subconscious mind is whereby if you play all the words in your mind, for me as a stomach, I have to really use competing words to be able to get my words out. So that is very encouraging, and I hope somebody somewhere out there is going to benefit on your speech tactics and all the coaching that comes with it. So I know the journey of business is not always easy. And on our second question is, what challenges have you faced as an entrepreneur and how have you navigated?
Do you want to start that one?
No, you're going to start that
Okay,
one.
I will start that one. We get along well. So I think one of the challenges that I've run into, and actually Jen helped me with this about a year ago, I was talking with her about, well, I'm not sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And she kind of challenged me with that and said, okay, what is it that you think you should be doing? And understanding that why was a really important thing that I needed to spend some time with and work through, because you're exactly right. The reason that you're doing something is what drives that passion. And so understanding that, getting reconnected with that was something that was very important for me. So that's a challenge that I've had to overcome. And I feel like after making that kind of transition, that it really amplified my business. So it's been really good.
Awesome.
Your turn.
One slight correction. It wasn't what do you think you should be doing, it's what do you know you should be doing. And I make that distinction because that was something for me that I hid from for a long time. I didn't want to step out. I didn't want to make bold moves because it's scary. And when I opened my massage business, it was in the middle of COVID. So, doing a hands-on business where you're in small rooms with people during a pandemic is not the easiest start, but I think just having to overcome that in the beginning set me up to be able to overcome other hurdles, because there are many in this journey. It's a scary thing, but it's possible.
And your passion actually gives you the fuel that you need. Personally, I'm very glad that you talk about the strength finders. One of my first one is my maximizer. So basically, I maximize on actually my journey. It's like, what resources do I have? Mm-hmm. And also, I'm a futuristic person. So I go to the future and come back, and I maximize on what I have today on the resources. So on the third question, you already mentioned about what you offer in your business. What makes your services stand out?
I know you want to answer this one first.
I can't, if you'd like. I think what makes my business stand out, so speaking specifically on Sapphire Bodywork, is the individualized approach that I have. I really recognize and appreciate the individual that's in front of me. It's not just going through a series of things that I'm supposed to do. It is paying attention to what that person needs, what their body is telling me, and it's not always just about massage. A lot of people carry a lot of emotional stuff. And because of my coaching background, I'm able to talk people through some of that. So there's been a lot of stories and secrets and sadness shared on the table. And I love my clients and their trust in me to help them with that. So,
and it's interesting. I'll take a quick segue with that, because what you just mentioned there is the same thing that Jen brings to the Discover Your Voice class. Is we try to make sure that we're customizing each class to the participants in that class. So we don't have a script, or we don't have a structure that we're going to give the same instruction to every class. We do that based on the questions that we ask, the questions that the class asks. So we have a topic, a general area that we're going to touch on, but that will be customized based on what's told in the seat, not on the table.
Who our audience is. It's a very customized approach.
Yes, and I think that's one of the things for me as well that helps me in my business, is being able to understand what particularly from a Clifton Strengths perspective, if I know you're a maximizer, I'm a number 2 maximizer. That's my second. So
Okay.
very, very familiar with moving people from good to great. That's what coaching's all about. And being able to do that based on what their strengths are, or particularly their talents themes, and how to develop those into strengths. Because sometimes you may have maximizer as your number 1, but it may be a raw and unrefined talent theme that you haven't yet developed to a strength. And that's one of the things I enjoy getting to do.
And you know, one of the reasons why we have this platform is basically to be able to not only give them the spotlight to share about their story, but also to expose them for you who is out there that needs those services to be able to utilize it. So on our question number 4, what kind of impact has your services had in the community, and what kind of feedback have you guys got?
I'll talk about the class particularly, because the last class, as soon as we had the first session ended, the people in the class were just amazed at how much they had learned in just a short 90-minute class that was almost an introduction, right? We didn't even dig into it yet at that point. We were just getting started, and they were like, when are you teaching your next class? We said, what do you mean our next class? I said, yeah, you've got to have the Discover Your Voice 2,
yeah.
right? What's your next level, the 201 class, right? And we're like, yeah, we have one of those.
Yeah.
It's coming, yes. Yeah. So, but that ability to just see the impact that's having. And by the time we got done, one of them joked that I wanted to have, because we have a flyer that we use for our classes, and we use that as the first page of our chart deck. And she said, I almost wanted one of those I survived Jen and Dave. and so I created one of those, and we put it up, and so they could take their picture in front of the I survived Jen and Dave. So it was
That is so cool.
probably more surviving Jen than it was surviving
You're
Dave.
so funny.
But yeah.
We're not that scary, I promise. Yeah, just to echo what he said, I was really just blown away at the feedback we got on our very first class. First of all, the participants were amazing, and you get to know people and you watch them grow, and it's incredible the difference you see in such a short time when they kind of connect the dots. They realize that public speaking is so many things. It's an interview, it's an elevator pitch, it's just a one-on-one conversation, or a sales pitch, or speaking to a big group. And when they realized that they had made it into a much larger thing in their mind, I think that was part of the biggest hurdle for them to overcome. Like, okay, hey, I can do this. And
Yes.
we offer a lot of encouragement and feedback. And yeah, it was helping people find their voices is a powerful thing.
And they say coaching is basically using your personal experience and saying, I've gone through this, I've realized this, but I'm going to crush it in 90 days. The lifetime experience that you guys have had, I've been able to crush it in 90 days, so you don't have to go through the same experience.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? They say that when it comes to mental coaching, any kind of coaching, it's taking off, because a lot of people are finally reaching out to get those services. And we look at the audience to be able to pay attention to what we're talking about here and see where you can fit and what kind of help that you can get from this conversation. That's why we have them. And Chris is going to give us our last question.
So that was really, really great information. And I mean, just to be able to share, like Sam was saying, your own personal experiences and what you have went through, and just realizing that you could put something together to help other people and not keeping those secrets within, right? And so it's always great to have somebody that's willing to share and willing to help you and just grow. So I love that. So our last question, looking forward into the future, what plans do you have, future plans for your future with your businesses? And then also, how can our audience and our community support you both?
Yeah, so one of the things that we just alluded to is we're starting to talk about what are the next classes, the advanced classes. So we picked the brain of the previous class and said, what are things that you would like to see added? And so they're like, yeah, some advanced topics. How do I deal with a difficult audience member when I've got somebody that's heckling or somebody that's interrupting or not just talking, side conversations. How do we deal with that? So we talked about, okay, that would be some stuff. So we're starting to put together that class. We have other things that we've run across. And we're like, man, this would be great to do this together, because we enjoy getting to work together and have fun together sometimes.
That's part of growing.
Yes.
It is.
But probably more for me than for her, but that's one of the things that we enjoy. And I think the more opportunities that we have to share and to help people, the more we get back in our businesses. I know that's true in my case, and I think that's true for Jen as well.
Yes. And that's what we're looking to do. Discover your voice. We want to see it grow into something larger. I don't even think we realized at first the different groups of people that we could help, not just adults, but maybe some older teenagers that are struggling in that area too, that it could be beneficial to them, and just continuing to watch it grow and help people, get to that place where they can speak with confidence and understanding that it's not so scary. And I think as far as how this community could help us is just helping us get the word out and letting people know what we're doing. We, like I said, we like to work together. We have a really great dynamic, and that is something we have gotten feedback on from where we presented for a Toastmasters event and this class and some other things that we've done. It just gives such a broad perspective. It's not just one person with their one experience. It's a broad expanse of experiences that we've been through. So.
And we have a lot of differing views of how to approach things, how to present things. And sometimes they are complimentary and sometimes they're not, but we always enjoy the conversation. And then, like you were just saying, we enjoy it and we have fun with it, and our class does too. So that's really one of the things that has been most interesting about the experience that we've had, is just the feedback that we get from so many people. In fact, in our speakers bureau, we had an opportunity to do a demo video and pictures, and the people that were doing that were talking about, and you guys are just, you are so much energy together. You just connect so well. And that's something that I think sets us apart in the way that it's not just one person, it's two people from two different viewpoints. And I think that's a big help. Two different generations, in fact, right?
Very different generations.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is great. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you, and we know that everybody watching is going to get a lot out of this, and we just encourage you all to check Dave and Jennifer out, and whether that be for the life coaching or for the massage business and for the speaking engagement. I mean, just to be able to better yourself, these two would be perfect to be able to sign up and get that done with.
Awesome. Absolutely.
That's awesome. So, so for our audience, where do you have a website? Do you have a presence on social media that they can follow you?
Yes. So I have both a business page on Facebook, Your Next Perfect Step, as well as my personal Facebook page. So you can find me there. You can find me in LinkedIn as well. Okay. And I also have a web page, yournextperfectstep.com. yournextperfectstep.com/discover your voice is where you'll find the next upcoming class for us.
Discover your voice. Sapphire Bodywork. I'm sapphirebodywork.com. I have a Facebook page, but I'm terrible with social media. So it's there.
Do not go to her LinkedIn page.
Don't go to the LinkedIn. But the Sapphire Bodywork Facebook page is slightly better.
All right. So for our audience, that's where you have it. We're here to do this spotlight, and spotlight was on Dave and Jennifer today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and you're going to be getting a massage, and also you're going to be overcoming speech like myself. I can speak right here, right now, because I've learned I can overcome some of it. So until next time, bye-bye.
Awesome. Thank you all.
Yes.